All right, welcome back to the Fantasy Football Frenzy. We're talking draft strategies. We went over everything from tandems to waiting on QBs, bye week stacking, and one of the recurring themes that kept popping up, you might have heard them say, was the word reach. Reaching is the most tempting thing to do. It can make you look like a genius, as in my case when I picked Michael Turner second round in 2008, or it can make you look like a complete asshole, which is like pretty fair statement. Anyway, reaching's really tough to do, especially if you're trying to follow a big board and you're stacked at one position already. You might not know exactly where to go. Any ways you guys can tell us to help prevent to do reaching, as tempting as it is?
The best way to prevent it is to keep your big board. Before you go into your draft, keep a draft strategy of how you want to take things or how you want to handle things. Any of the strategies that we talked about earlier, reaching is probably your worst enemy in this case. You try and reach, you're going to start trends with other teams, such as the whole draft scare that we previously talked about. It's not good. Yeah, pretty bad. Stay away from it. Here's Josh. Mope.
I don't think it's that hard to not reach. Just do a draft board and just follow it. I don't think it's that hard.
I think. Well, obviously, probably the most reach upon position is tight end. Some Dallas Clark could go in some leagues in the third round just because people will be crazy. It is a little too high. Fourth round's okay on the wraparound, I guess Phil says, but reaching is really tough, especially at tight end and with the Jets, and then the whole chaos pandemonium effect comes in when everybody has to hop on that. That's where you got to take advantage and get your value picks there while everybody's going crazy. Another strategy that was briefly talked about before was handcuffing, and handcuffing pretty much is taking the starting and the backup running back in your draft, so that way you protect those fantasy points. A lot of teams, not a decent amount of teams have players where you can definitely do the handcuffing method, but you got to choose strategically where you're going to take that backup, because like Thomas Jones go anywhere from the 7th to the 11th round and be the tandem, the handcuff to Jamal Charles. So what do you guys think about handcuffing just in general? Like, what would you do if you were in that situation?
It's not terrible. It's not a terrible idea depending on your running back situation. You're obviously not going to handcuff anybody like Chris Johnson or Adrian Peterson, but the guys like Justin Forsett, Jamal Charles, Beanie Wells, all of them, you're going to want to try and handcuff them. They're going to take away from your carries. In the case of Seattle, with Justin Forsett and Leon Washington, it's not really certain who's going to start and who's going to get the bulk of the carries. And worst case scenario, it's going to switch in the middle of the season, so you'd rather be prepared for that instead of wasting a draft pick.
Try and stay. There's one way to not handcuff is just don't pick people that are going to be handcuffed. So just don't pick Jamal Charles. And just really hard. It's a very easy strategy. And don't reach for a handcuff. Again, don't reach. Just because, let's say you do have Jamal Charles and Thomas Jones is available, but he's on your draft board now for another 20 people. Don't pick him just because he's available. It's not that great that you have both. Yeah. So handcuffing is pretty good. Again, just try and stay away from, just don't pick Jamal Charles. Don't pick Don't pick D'Angelo Williams. Don't pick Jonathan Stewart. Don't pick Sean Green. Don't pick Noshawn Moreno. Don't pick Beanie Wells. So yeah, Pierre Thomas is really annoying. Joseph Adai is annoying. Don't pick the Miami running backs. Just don't pick them. You don't have to deal with it.
I am. Earlier we were talking about QB wide receiver tandems, such as Peyton to Reggie Wayne. And I was in a situation the other night where I had Ryan Grant and Greg Jennings was available. I didn't take him, pretty much mainly because I was going with the bye week stack method. But I don't think I would have taken him anyway there. I'm not a big fan of running back and wide receivers. Same team. No, I know, but they're on the same team as well. So what do you guys think about taking running backs and wide receivers from the same team?
I don't think it's a terrible idea. It's not like they're two wide receivers or a wide receiver and a quarterback that you're taking. They complement themselves. If they're going to run, you're always going to get those points. If they're going to pass, there's always a chance that you're going to get those points. So, yeah, I don't think it's a terrible idea.
I don't understand the question. It doesn't make sense to me, but there's no reason not to. If let's say you have Ryan Grant in the first round, Greg Jennings available in the third or fourth, why would you not pick him? Greg Jennings is really good. If he's number one on your draft board and you like him, who cares if they're on the same team? I don't understand why you wouldn't pick them. Yeah. Like a dollar sign or something? I don't know. So, yeah, just there's no reason to not pick them. Aaron Rodgers isn't getting the ball, and Ryan Grant's going to get rushes. They're not going to be like, oh, we're not rushing the ball. I don't understand why you should not pick them.
All right, well, we only got a few minutes left. We went over all.
What is that?
Well, not all. There's plenty more different draft strategies out there. We went over a few different ones here. We hope they helped. We're just going to give you, right now, a few last-minute hints / like... Hi. Yeah. We're going to give you guys some, like, last-minute hints. Like, number one, biggest hint I can offer, make sure you know your league scoring system. You don't want to find out it's PPR or it's sacks count against the quarterback and then draft like, well, I would still take Aaron Rodgers. But, like, you know, you get what I'm trying to say. So here, guys, any last-minute tips / hints?
I would practice a lot. ESPN mock drafts, go there. I would everybody pick up at least this magazine, ESPN Fantasy Football. Gives you some insight. Obviously, there's a few people who maybe not play fantasy football that don't know it that well and just do it for the fun of it. This will help you out a lot instead of drafting in the dark and probably drafting someone like Chad Shillings. Nope. Wide receivers on the Oakland Raiders, not good. It's true, kind of. There's still no line, though. But, yeah, just make sure you practice and prepare.
Okay, I'm going to do this really quickly because the host says we're short on time. First, go to Matthew Berry, read his manifesto, read other people's rankings. It's important. That's stupid. I don't like that. This is my favorite one. Be a jerk. Just be a real asshole in the draft. It really gets people's heads. Like, if they make a pick, be like, oh, wow, thanks, good job, thanks, you didn't, good, be like, thanks for picking him because he's terrible. Or be like, wow, good job you didn't pick the right pick there. Tight end is deep. That's definitely practice. Definitely make a big board. Don't listen to anyone at the draft that try and get in your head. They're telling you lies like, oh, he's fine, or blah, 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 blah. They're trying to beat you. They're trying to tell you lies. They're Bill Belichick. Look at sleepers. See, maybe people are going to fall. Be flexible. Definitely research. See what experts are saying about different players. Read Stephania Bell's blog, injury blog on ESPN.com. Don't follow one expert. I don't care if they've helped you in the past. They're going to be wrong sooner or later. And most importantly, follow your draft board. That's it. Follow it.
All right, guys, we're out of time today. I would just like to thank Steve in Arizona for sending in the chaos theory suggestion for us for this show. I appreciate it. He got to us by following us on Twitter, PCFFF. Sent us an email at PCFantasyFF@gmail. And then also we got the Facebook site, facebook.com/PCFantasyFF. As you may have guessed, we're on all the social networking sites. We're here to help you guys out. That's Bitch Josh, that's Bitch Phil, and I'm Bitch Craig. Thank you for watching the Fantasy Football Frenzy Dance Party.